What is up, everybody? Ninja Nick here with Tactical Gaming, bringing you guys a Nux Taku video. This one is Sneako just ended his flippin' career, right? Which, I mean, the fact that he didn't end his career when he was talking about like underage marriage and how it's okay, that if that didn't ruin his career, I'm curious on how this will. But he's reacting to a Yeet video, or clip I should say, that's on X. Check out Nux Taku. Before we get fully into this, make sure you check out W.GG and use my code TacticalGaming90. If you don't know what W is, it is an energy supplement company, kind of like G Fuel and like all those other ones. Zero sugar, non-jittery energy supplements. New flavors coming out usually all the time. They just came out with sour gummy bears. So use my code TacticalGaming90, gives you 10% off. Link and all that's going to be in the comment section down below. It's going to be the pinned comment. Click the link, use my code, gives me a little bit of kickback. So let's get into this.
News, super rare, almost no one ever talks about Israel. But first, before we talk about what's actually going on with the whole Israel situation, with the UN allegedly getting exposed to actually funding terror organizations, with Muslims perpetrating a genocide in Nigeria where they massacred hundreds of people literally this past Sunday. First we have to talk about exactly
Didn't hear about that.
Sneako, all right, he has 85 IQ, which means he's more intelligent than the average Muslim. So we should listen to him. He obviously knows what he's saying. This is why he is super invested in Israel.
Stop politics. We holding on to you very hard, huh? Now we need to talk about this stuff. Can you do one stream without saying Israel, 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 Israel? Jew, Jew. No, I can't. I really, this is every stream.
Oh my god.
Someone was saying that to me on Monkey yesterday. They're like, why do you keep talking about this? Because there's...
That's a fantastic question, sir. Why do you keep talking about this?
Well, first off, many people aren't, and there's so much propaganda.
Everyone's talking about Israel. Is he really trying to do that? Well, you see, I'm criticizing Israel because no one's willing to do the hard work. No one's willing to
It's like
criticize.
Hasan does it all the time.
Yeah, but Israel, notoriously known for not getting criticism.
I'm going to keep talking about it. It's important to talk about.
All right.
It's more relevant to talk about every single day. There's a new Tommy G APAC video. Ooh, interesting.
Holy shit, we can talk about APAC? APAC? Did you know that APAC is a Jewish organization in America that donates to politicians? I personally don't like them, but holy shit, we got to talk about that again.
Sudan too? Yeah. I mean, apparently the UAE is funding the genocide in Sudan. I need to do more research on that, but... Okay.
Oh my god, you mean the United Arab Emirates is literally a really close ally of both Israel and the United States right now, and you really don't like that at all? And those are the bad Muslims, unlike the Muslims that want to kill us. Those are the good Muslims.
Yeah.
The bad Muslims, those are the Muslims that want to make an alliance with us.
Of course, free Sudan, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, 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 blah,
blah, blah, blah.
Get back to the Jews.
What the fuck?
Well, you know, you're obsessed with Israel. Okay, so here's the thing.
All right, and now he's going to explain exactly why he's obsessed with Israel. You see, some people actually have, really valid criticism, major talking points, and then you have Sneako, a new thought leader of the Islamic world.
I'm sure you guys get that critique too. That you're obsessed with Israel.
No, I
What?
actually don't get that critique. I think you are projecting, my guy.
It's not that we're obsessed with Israel. It's that they're obsessed with the Goyim. They're obsessed with us.
Are you serious?
I would love to never have to...
It's interesting, because Israel notoriously is well known for the fact that they have never started a war. Every single one of their wars was started by the other party. 48, 54, 67, 73, even the October 7th attack. Every single war was declared on Israel. Anyway...
To speak about this again...
Yeah, you can't say anything about past wars, because that's so long ago. But either way.
My life would be so much better.
This dude literally thinks Mossad agents are living in his walls, planning to kill him.
I have Israel fatigue, just like all of you. I don't want this to be on my mind. I don't want this to be a relevant issue at all. Nobody...
Then don't talk about it. Like, literally, don't talk about it. Oh, that's going to be interesting. I might have to do a video on that. The never getting married from a Cheeto. Check that out.
Yes. Do you think that this is something that we're excited to talk about?
You're excited to talk about it.
Export genocide and the
OnlyFans export? Excuse me,
The
sir.
fuck?
Israel is not the exporter of OnlyFans. The creator of OnlyFans was a Jewish guy, true, in America. Genocide, you say? You mean the thing that Muslims do all the time? How Hamas tried to genocide the Jews in Israel multiple times? How in 1948 there was a war of genocide against the Jews? How in 1967 there was a genocidal war against the Jews in Israel? And if the Jews are out there in Israel doing genocides all the time, why haven't they succeeded in genociding anybody? Very ineffective genociders.
Murder of children. We don't want to speak about this. But now there's the ground troop invasion is imminent, which I have been telling you.
Ground troop is imminent.
They're probably
Possible.
going to send 5,000 Marines.
If they send in ground troops, they're going to be waiting until they get done dropping the bombs to then go in and secure certain areas so that, you know, other groups, such as any Iranian groups that want to actually have a fair government, can go into place and start, you know, making a structure for everything.
Not sure what that has to do with Israel.
Right now they're saying that there's 50,000 U.S. troops in the Middle East. They're saying their goodbyes. I'm seeing videos from family members saying that they're probably not going to return for 10 months. Even
Nope, that's AI, my friend. I don't think anyone's putting out those videos. You saw AI videos, or you saw videos from other times.
strippers around in the Middle East, they're saying that the soldiers that are already deployed are extremely depressed and they're throwing a lot of money because they think they're being sent to their death right now.
Yeah, no one's
What
saying that. That's
the
not
fuck?
a real thing.
I don't want to speak about. I don't want to talk about this, but it's
Then talk about anything
and
else.
it affects every aspect of our lives.
That's right, Israel, a country decided.
So everything that happens in another country affects your life here while you're in America, Sneako? How's that make sense? It's not like you live in Gaza or Palestine or Iran or Turkey or any of those, you know, countries at all. You're not in the Middle East anywhere. So how's it affecting you at all?
New Jersey in the Middle East is relevant to every aspect of Sneako's life. The reason why Sneako is single? The Jews.
The
reason why
Jews.
Sneako doesn't have a family that loves him? The Jews. The reason why Sneako has no children despite preaching that lifestyle? The Jews. Really glad we figured it out.
The reason the
I'm
oil
amazed he
prices
hasn't married a
is up,
minor
it's up.
yet.
The reason the oil in the stock market is up has nothing to do with the Jews. It's Iran is trying to build nuclear weapons to destroy us in America. Okay, so we went to blow them up.
Someone in the
Alright,
comment
oil
section on the
stock
side.
markets up. It was
Strippers.
higher under Biden. Stock market's up is a good thing, actually, dumb fuck. All right, well, the stock market's up is not a bad thing. Complete retard, Sneako. Oil's up to basically where it was at during 4 years of Biden. All right, okay. Anyway,
It's everywhere. The reason that I have to navigate the way I do. is
Start
because
getting
of this.
oil from Alaska,
has to navigate
Venezuela.
the Jews.
Stripper intel, yeah. Family intel, stripper intel. We're hearing it
Stripper
from
intel.
all sides.
That's
You're an
right.
idiot.
Of course, keep
Strippers told
You're an
Sneako
idiot.
that soldiers are depressed because of the Jews in Israel.
spreading the truth, but I don't want to, bro. It is. It's not the most exciting thing to talk about.
Yeah. So guess what he talks about? for
And
the
yet you're
next
smiling.
hour and a half of his stream. Anyway, he's been on a tear lately. Honestly, I have to show you another clip from that stream because this is one of the greatest clips of all time. This is him completely rewriting all of the Bible and explaining Lucifer's actual sin. Lucifer's
What?
actual sin was not pride. No. He was Islamophobic.
What?
Look at the origins of Satan.
Oh,
So
shit.
Iblis was arrogant. He was told to prostrate to the angels, and he thought that he was greater than and so he didn't want to bow down. He wanted people to worship him. The reason that Iblis became
Yeah, no. So I guess maybe in Islam that's the case, but yeah,
Satan was that he was a jinn. He was a jinn, a spirit, and he rejected.
he was not a jinn or a spirit in truth. Maybe in his donkey religion, it is.
His
though. Maybe
donkey
that is-
religion.
The command from Allah. This is in most doctrine. The command from God.
Most doctrines, he says, even though it is not the Jewish or
He doesn't even know any of his actual doctrine from his actual religion that he's a part of. Like, dude, you were on like a debate with somebody and they were literally asking you questions about your belief and you couldn't answer any question in a straight answer.
Christian doctrine.
He didn't want to prostrate, and he wanted that for himself because he thought he was superior. In fact, the first racist.
So it sounds like
was
pride.
Satan.
Oh my god.
This is why I say that racial supremacy is the root of all evil.
He's a Muslim.
So can't you say that about Muslims who demand everyone to become Muslim, and then not only that, their whole actual goal, which is to breed themselves and breed other people out of existence? They've literally said that.
Muhammad was literally an Arab supremacist. Islam is literally a supremacist religion where you
Yeah.
used to kill the kafar. You force anyone that doesn't convert to Islam to pay you a jizya tax as a dhimmi, a second-class citizen.
Yeah.
You could take their women as sex slaves and rape them.
Yeah.
Also, no, Satan was not a racial supremacist.
stupid.
That wasn't the issue at all in
My
any
God.
religion.
It's funny, I tweet that, and then everyone's like, you hate white people. Isn't that extremely telling? If I say racial supremacy is the root of all evil, immediately white people get real. Not all, obviously not all, but you see so many.
You think racial?
You know, most white people, I can pretty much guarantee almost all white people, unless they're like liberals, literally saw that and were like, dude, you're retarded. Like, really?
Supremacy is the root of all evil. All right, so when Adam sinned, was it racial supremacy that made him eat from the tree? Like, this is truly diabolical.
You hate whites. You can apply that and say that Zionism in Israel, this exists clearly because of racial supremacy. Zionist ideology is a racial supremacist idea.
Oh my God.
Oh my
You mean
God.
because Israel is a Jewish ethno-state. You mean just like how
Well, just like Hassan, it's like, oh, hey, you know, it's totally okay for this one group to not like this other group because they're not this group and they refuse to join this group, so we're going to kill them. That's not racist. But if, you know, an Israeli or an American says something against Muslims, they're racist.
Japan is a Japanese ethno-state? That's crazy.
Yeah. It's not just the basis of fascism.
No, did you know that China is a Chinese ethno-state?
Right.
Anyway, so he's been cooking, and just to show you the level of the level of bullshit.
This dude's an
dude's been
idiot.
Spewing on the streets because he is the #1 fighter for Iran right now. He's praying that we lose the war. All right, so this is him explaining why he believes Islam is true.
This is
I
gonna
will
be good.
never get over the fact that all these birds here, thousands of birds in Medina, Mecca, and there's not one piece of bird poop. Not one. They know better than to leave a mess.
Then what's that white shit on the ground?
Oh my God, the birds don't poop in Mecca. Holy shit.
The one time you could see a little bit of it is right here.
Like, I was seeing some on that pole. Like, there's bird poop
Because
everywhere.
It's under a light post, you fucking dolt. They sit on the light post and they shit while they sit on the. Oh my God, actually fucking retarded.
But other than that, it's like they were told. Why do they know that this is their only toilet right by the trash can?
You are a special kind of retard, aren't you?
I find that to be proof.
What?
You know, I saw that in Mecca, but you can see it in Medina as well.
He saw it as proof, ladies and gentlemen.
Proof of what?
Proof that Islam is real. The birds do not shit in Mecca.
What the
Anyway, this
fuck?
is the Kaaba, the holy cube, covered in bird shit. Anyway, anyway, I guess that disproves Islam. Damn, that's crazy. Honestly wonderful
Oh
stuff.
my
I'm
God.
glad that the major voices that oppose killing terrorists is this fucking retarded. Now, you have to understand
Sneako is
what's
special.
going on here. Because even Sneako's friends are getting really tired of him because he's retarded.
Birds are protectors. Tel Aviv is cooked Sharia law greater than Judeo-Christian values. Absolute coal mine from Sneako today.
He's such a kohler. And it's just like, he hates America, bro. Sneako hates America.
True.
Today he goes, Sharia law is incompatible because we're not the degenerate pieces of shit. No, Sharia law is incompatible because it is fundamentally not of the West.
Yeah.
It's because you force your women to wear like a giant black face mask and cloak like that. How about that for openers? How about brushing your teeth with a stick? How about facing Mecca? How about forcing non-believers to pay a jizya? How about all the other shit?
Yeah.
How about
Yeah, so anyway.
And I don't even really like this guy either. But he ain't wrong.
This guy's retarded. Now, we gotta talk about the rest of the Israel drama, alright? Because Sneako's not the only one that has Israel fatigue. So Pedro Sanchez, communist leader of Spain right now.
Oh,
nearly
God.
Yesterday, a new red line was crossed in Lebanon. A UN blue helmet was killed in the attack. 3 others were injured. Oh my God! Someone from the UN was killed by Israel, literally in a war zone. Let me remind you, because Hezbollah in Lebanon fired missiles into Israel. So Israel stormed Lebanon to destroy the Hezbollah terrorists, which included a UN peacekeeper, it seems. Super condolences from Spain guy. Beautiful stuff. You'll love to see it. That's really awesome. Hell yeah, awesome shit. The reality, however, is that it is currently unknown if the rocket that actually killed this UN blue helmet guy was actually from Israel or if it was a Hezbollah rocket. We don't know. It's still under investigation, but he immediately took a bias.
The stupidity of people is just insane. Because just because a bomb drops doesn't mean it was intentionally done. Because you got to remember, both sides have interceptors that are like either diverting or completely stopping missiles or bombs, right? So the thing is, because someone accidentally hit something and they just say, oh, well, they targeted this, is there proof of it? Because if not, then it's just speculation. There's a difference between clear and unobstructable, this is being targeted, and or it looks like they targeted this. Oh, they totally targeted this. There's a difference. There's a massive difference between intentionally targeting something and then something accidentally get hit because it got diverted by something else, such as an interceptor.
Very interesting stuff that the communists always allies with the radical Islamists. But the reason why I wanted to talk about this specifically is because we have exposed something that I have been expecting for a very long time. So, one of the gigantic exposés lately that honestly blew my mind.
Oh, look at those.
This is a Hezbollah terror HQ, and it is based inside a school in Lebanon. Once again, totally
That's not surprising,
they are
if so.
actually putting the Hezbollah bases inside of schools, all right? We've said this. However, if you pay
Is that
attention,
International
they
Medical
have
Institute?
UN refugee agency donations.
Oh my god.
Everywhere in the actual Hezbollah terrorist HQ.
This is why we
This
need
is
to
the
pull out of the
Hezbollah
UN.
flag,
This
and
is
it
so dumb.
covered with Hezbollah terrorist leaders' faces. All right, and it literally has like the actual UN logos.
We need to
All
pull
right,
out of the
so
UN.
really,
Like, those people are
here's
not
another
our
thing.
fucking allies or friends. They're not.
Right, so this is Sky News, all right? Leftist British extraordinaire. All right, talking about the horrible tragedy of the Lebanese journalist killed by an Israeli airstrike.
We're at a temporary graveyard in Beirut where the 3 journalists who were killed in a targeted attack by the Israeli military are being...
There is no evidence that the
Targeted
Israeli military
attack.
targeted the journalists. Yes, it was a targeted attack that targeted terrorists, but there is still no evidence.
If you're a journalist and you're in a war zone and you are with people who are enemies with another people, you cannot complain, whine, boo-hoo, cry that someone accidentally gets killed if they're hanging out or interviewing terrorists. Like you don't see freaking the other group, such as the Iranian regime and stuff, being accused or being attacked for killing innocent people, do you? Which, I mean, they should be. But everyone, for some reason, on a specific side is defending their actions. Oh, well, they're totally justified in what they're doing. Why? Oh, they're being genocided. I highly doubt that.
Still being investigated now that they killed the journalists. But I'm going to hit you with an even cooler truth nuke.
buried. There are, you can see, quite a large number of graves.
What are these yellow flags? What are all these yellow flags over here?
All for people who have been
You notice all these yellow flags in this graveyard where they're burying the journalists?
killed since the beginning of March.
Eventually,
Cannot be buried
notice the yellow with the green?
All terrorist
near their
flags.
homes and villages because
Heartbreaking, heartbreaking. This is just a place where innocent people want to be buried alongside. Well, if you pay attention,
So
if you
no.
pay attention, this is a Hezbollah graveyard. So this has got to be one of the most diabolical self-reports of all time. Sky News was in a Hezbollah terrorist graveyard laundering these 3 Lebanese journalists killed. All right, no one knows. Hi, I'm Alex Crawford. I'm reporting from a cemetery that is literally festooned with dozens of Hezbollah flags. I'm not going to pretend that I didn't see them. All right, what are we fucking doing here?
Yep.
What is the media
Yep.
doing? This is insane. All right, now eliminated. For years, Ali Hassan Shaib operated as a Hezbollah Radwan Force terrorist under the guise of a journalist. Turns out his press vest was a cover for terror. And the reality
That's
is,
funny.
this is that same fucking guy. So this journalist that was killed was a terrorist that put on a press vest and called himself a journalist. But that doesn't actually make you
That is
count.
very believable.
No, you're not
I would want to see proof on that, but that's very believable.
They saw the missile coming and they immediately put on a press vest, which retroactively made firing the missile a war crime. This is honestly insane, dude. Insane. Now, they keep doing this. Amnesty International USA. Oh no, this is the left. The leftists fighting
Yep.
the bad guys. It's been 456 days since Dr. Hussam Abu Safia, director of the Kamal Adwan Hospital in northern Gaza, was arbitrarily detained by Israeli forces. He's held without charge or trial. He's been subjected to ill treatment. Israeli authorities must release him. Please, he was just a doctor. Except the New York Post uncovered that the doctor who slammed Israel in New York Times op-eds is a Hamas colonel.
Oh,
Please,
really?
your uniform.
Go
Oh, my
figure.
God. And then
Which I mean, you gotta give it to him. That's really smart. Get people into specific positions of power, such as being a doctor, a journalist, something like a respectable note to where they can then go, oh, if these people get killed, we can blame the other people and go, see, look, they're evil, they're vile, they're targeting people who aren't a part of the war. But then you find out, wait, hang on, these people were literal colonels or a part of the fucking military or actually terrorists.
The media
Crazy.
please, you must release the Hamas doctor, please. He's just a doctor. Yeah, anyway. All right, so now there's so much outrage about killing journalists that are terrorists, including from the communist retard ruler of Spain, who imported infinite Muslims into his country and gave them amnesty in order for them to, win elections. All right, but notice that they don't talk about something else that just happened in the Middle East. That's honestly so
American
much
shows aftermath of a Christian massacre perpetrated.
A massacre of Christians in Nigeria. So in my previous video yesterday, I covered in depth the Syrian massacres of Christians on Palm Sunday. These are the Nigerian massacres of Christians on Palm Sunday. So it's wild to me to watch the entire world get all their knickers in a twist, freaking the fuck out about a terrorist that gets killed, when you have Christians getting persecuted en masse throughout Africa and the Middle East to silence, dead silence. Look, I try to cover this as much as I can because I think it's actually really important. But the fact that other people don't cover it just absolutely proves that the outrage is like completely manufactured. This is someone talking about it.
In Kabul, they just murdered over 10 people.
Yeah.
Innocent Christians.
Yeah.
On Palm Sunday.
Yeah.
Tinubu, where are you? As your people are slaughtered in the night, as you sit in Aso Rock and you do absolutely nothing, you allow your people to be killed again and again and again and again. When will it stop? When will you hear the cries of Nigerians, of Christians? You can no longer deny genocide. They're being slaughtered.
Crazy.
And you say there's no issue. You will regret what you are doing.
This is a real genocide, not like the fake pretendicide in Gaza or whatever, where they literally started a war and lost miserably. And this is the silence of the entire world. It's heartbreaking. It's actually, I cover this every single day. Every single day I try to cover this stuff to bring awareness to it. It breaks my heart. Here's another one, all right? This is the saddest thing in the world. This is a mother holding her child that was murdered by Islamists. Islamist Fulani militias carried out a massacre on Palm Sunday against Nigerian Christians in Plateau State. 12 plus people murdered by Islamists on motorcycles. The Palm Sunday massacre in Angwan Rukuba. This video shows a mother holding her son for the last time. It's just heartbreaking.
Yeah, and they want to say Islam is the religion of peace and understanding. Right.
All right. Israel destroyed the mausoleum of Simon Peter, apostle of Christ, in the village of Shama in southern Lebanon. All right, so this is obviously rubble from an Israeli strike against Hezbollah in Lebanon, I presume. And here we got Nadira Ali, definitely someone who speaks for all Christians, heartbroken that I guess Muslims didn't get to destroy this church first. Because they've been pretty good about destroying churches lately. They've been doing it all over Europe for the last couple of years. They've also been doing it all over the world the last 1,400 years. So I assume that they were just kind of frustrated that Israel got this one and not them. Except, poopsie, it wasn't a church. It's a mosque. This is fake. It's a mosque, not a church. They literally will see their own mosque destroyed, and instead of actually talking about that, they are going to use it as a propaganda piece. All right,
they'll use anything as a propaganda piece because they know liberal lefties are retarded.
In Lebanon, bro. And Candace Owens retweets it. IDF terrorists destroyed the mausoleum of St. Peter in Lebanon. One of the 12 apostles who walked with Jesus on the water became first pope, died of murder. And Candace Owens retweets, my guy, you're a Catholic and you think St. Peter was buried in Lebanon? This is like the most performative outrage I've ever seen. Dude, I'm not even Christian, and I cry for the Nigerian Christians and Syrian Christians that are getting massacred every day. Human beings made in the image of God that worship the same God as I do, killed for their faith.
Crazy, huh?
Met with silence, straight silence. The Hagia Sophia, built by Christians to be a church, was taken over by the Ottomans. They made it a mosque. Many such cases. Why is there zero outrage that Christians were not able to celebrate Palm Sunday there today? Great question. I don't know. It did become an international incident that in Israel they couldn't celebrate Palm Sunday, even though because there's literally a war going on. And it's not that they couldn't celebrate Palm Sunday, they just couldn't do it in the Church of the Holy Sepulchre because there was actual missile parts that landed on the building. Now, I do think Israel messed
Go
up there.
figure.
I do think that they should have worked it out. I do think they didn't handle it appropriately, but, you know, afterwards...
Both sides ain't handling it appropriately.
And Latin Catholic and Cardinal Pizzabella, a mutual framework had been established for upcoming Eastern ceremonies due to the complex security reality of the Operation Roaring Lion ceremonies, including the Holy Fire, will be held in symbolic, limited format. The coordination ensures the freedom of worship is maintained alongside our shared primary duty, the protection of human life. The past few weeks, Iranian missile debris impacted within the old city of Jerusalem. These life-saving restrictions are a direct response to real and present danger to all worshippers, and they're working out a way that they could do it in some symbolic fashion that would be safe.
Yeah, good luck with that. But go figure, more and more hypocrisy, like sitting there acting as if one side is more innocent than the other side when both sides do bad stuff. Either way, right? So go check out Nux's video. Great video. Keep an eye out, guys. Keep your head on a swivel with all this stupid stuff, especially if you're over there. Catch me for the next one. Later.